2, 3, 4,
Happy
6,
Yes.
7, 8. It's the table setup maybe,
One of those months. It's just like.
because we're kind of in the middle. All right, so I think this is all that's 6,
Okay.
7, 8. It's the
Yeah,
table.
so
We're
we got
recording.
tomorrow.
We're all live, so.
You're alive?
All right, so I think this is all that's.
Are we good?
Yes, hopefully. We'll see. Let's give her a moment. It's the table. We're recording. We're all live, so.
You're alive?
Oh. No, so it's, I think I have it muted now, but it goes from, this thing here in the middle is a camera. So. Yeah, no, and I don't have the microphones
We just
in
caught
yet.
you doing YouTube for everybody.
We actually are. We are on YouTube.
I remember years ago, I tried to get us to go on YouTube. No, we don't need that. We'll never use that.
Yeah, no, we're on YouTube.
I have watched a few of them.
You can watch a Lincolnville cable.
Oh, and Joan's here. Okay.
Okay, I'm here.
Okay. I think we're good.
All right. Should we call the meeting to order? All right, so first we need to, we don't have a minute, so we're good there.
Oh, wait. Joan, can you hear us now?
I can hear you, but I can't see you yet. Could be something I'm doing here, but wait a minute.
Oh, wait. Joan, can you hear us now?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
We hear you.
Could be
Yes.
something I'm doing here, but wait a minute.
Oh, wait. Joan, can you hear us now?
I can hear you.
We hear you.
Yes.
Something I'm doing here, but wait a minute.
Oh, wait. Joan, can you hear us now?
I can hear you.
And she's not coming through the owl.
Video button on her screen?
Well, I can see her.
Yeah, she's on, we're not.
When she first said, I can hear you, her mouth was not moving. Right. On the video, by a long time right after.
One of those old movies.
It
you
says
know.
video. It says leave.
At the bottom is a little, yep, there we are.
Ah, I don't know how we did that.
Hi, Jen.
That was us. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so calling meeting to order. Probably should go out and do introductions. I'm Ed O'Brien.
Emily Clardy,
Lori Knight.
Gerald Knight,
Rita Stauffenberg.
Sam Stopak.
Kayla Lacombe.
Joan up on the screen.
Here.
All right, so our first item on our agenda is to vote in our chair, vice chair, and secretary. So I guess I'll entertain nominations for chair.
And I will just say, we also have Patria Allen that's part of the group,
Okay.
John Williams, and that's it.
All right, perfect.
I will nominate Second that.
All right. I guess discussion, on favor? I'll do it.
Okay.
Vice chair. Wants it. Vice chair, basically, if I can't make it, they get to chair the meeting.
That's it?
That's it. Late lifting.
I've not been to one meeting yet. so-
Your secretary.
I have messy writing.
Who was first to watch it?
What about John?
I know John.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
We'll nominate Jerry Knight.
Oh, Jerry, perfect, you're here.
I'll second.
All in favor? John, Jerry. Now, the job of secretary is basically your job is to take notes on the meeting, like who voted for what. It doesn't get really complicated. You have some examples if someone needs it, right? And you're also responsible for writing up a quick summary of the meeting for the next meeting, which we then vote on. So it's a probably more really important job. So we definitely need somebody who's willing to do it, somebody who knows how to take notes. Somebody's already taking notes.
By default, I'm taking notes today.
Fantastic.
I'm like a qualification.
Yeah.
But I prefer not to have the permanent position. But I will do it as backup if someone can take it.
Usually we nominate somebody who didn't come to the meeting.
That's usually the plan, yeah. If you're doing it today already. So we got John, who's the other person?
Patria.
Patria.
Oh, Patria might be good.
Patria, let's, I nominate Patria.
I'll second that.
All right, all in favor? I have become secretary that way a couple times, so 3 years.
Incentive to make the meeting.
Exactly, I'll make the first meeting, I learned my lesson. But I think it actually is good, especially for something newer too, because you do get to learn, you get to really pay attention and learn the process. All right, well, that's taken care of. So we have, everyone get a chance to review our provider agency packets. So just in case everybody's not completely aware, a little history on provider agencies. They are various nonprofit charitable social services, usually, which come to each of the towns and the areas they serve to request an amount of money. It's a pretty lengthy process. I thought to get on our in the process first. And this is kind of one area the budget committee actually votes on before the select board. So we actually send our recommendations to the select board. Everything else is the other way around. I don't know how that happened, but it's been that way for 15, 20 years I've been on the board. So it's a really good chance to kind of get to know some of these agencies and what they provide for our communities. And in their packets, they outline why they're an agency worthy of this town's support of our hard-earned tax dollars. If you look at the chart that Taylor made for us, it kind of goes over the agencies that requested what they were given in the past, if they've applied before. And of these, it looks like 2 are new.
I believe so, yes.
Yeah, I mean, once he had asked one in the past. Yeah, you're right, they're new this year. So I guess we'll start at the top. American Red Cross did not submit, so that's that. Next one on here is Belfast Area Child Care Services. So today, we're not going to be making any recommendations. We're basically going through and seeing if we want them to show up at another meeting to further clarify, if we have questions for them, for the agency representative.
So I just made a couple, circle a couple of things that just stood out to me. On number 6, they served 3 families from Lincolnville in 2023.
Yep.
I wonder if the 4 families that they next say are from Lincolnville.
Yeah.
It doesn't state that.
Right, and that's been pretty consistent. I think they're more specialized service. And so they basically look at how much, their services provide each town. I think, do they do theirs by?
They're a daycare, so they
Right.
do in preschool.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's been, a few kids every year. I think they can, I don't know how many.
113 total.
Yeah.
195 meals, okay.
Well, I guess if we give them $500, that's like about, what, $170 per family?
Per family, yeah.
So that's, I mean, I imagine they spend, is that about what they spend probably on?
I'm sure there's been a heck of a lot more than that.
Probably spend more
Yeah,
than that.
yeah, oh, yeah,
I mean, they do charge for the services, obviously. I mean, they've been around a long time. They're not asking for any additional. I went through the packet. I know daycare is hard to find.
Really
It's
hard.
very hard to find. There are some parents out there that are not working because they can't find daycare.
Yep.
So,
Yep, in order to pay for daycare, you can't afford to work.
personally, from my standpoint, I think it's a very good investment in our community, to be honest. So,
I'm with you.
Right, yeah.
I agree.
And certainly though, if you had further questions, we could ask them to come in and go over, and I guess we're gonna have some questions for some agencies, so do we wanna put them on the list for them to come in?
They came in last year, didn't
No, they did not come in last year.
A couple years ago.
last year, they haven't increased in
No, see, no, I don't have any questions, but we have new people and
they? Yeah.
I don't have any questions if we weren't around the table.
but I feel like if we already have a meeting, it's absolutely fine to ask them to come in. Yeah, they've asked us a consistent amount all along. Any thoughts? Yeah, we already revisit it. So moving on to Camden Area District Nursing. Part of what kind of they need to be just keeping them on of the $1 donation, but they're asking for 500 this year. I think they received a big request, which caused them not to ask for money for a while. My guess is it's probably drying up.
Looking at where it says on average, I think it's 20
Tell you what it is, yeah.
residents per year, which for $500 seems like, I mean, you're talking $25 a person for assistance in needing the services.
Yeah, they provide really good services. It looks like part of it is they had to leave their space, and so now have higher overhead.
On utilities, yeah.
Because you were renting at Corey Hill, wasn't it?
Yeah, and they took the loss side. I've always been to a great service to state, to this county for a long time. And for quite a long time, I didn't ask for any money at all from us. I don't have any questions for them, so.
Seems reasonable to me.
Next one, so Waldo County, private humanity we need to get a request from. And, from last year. Next, we got New Hope. Another one, I think this is no minor, but certainly people have questions. New Hope provide huge amount of services for domestic violence situations, education. They own schools, I believe, liaison with the police, human services, bunch of shelters. And unfortunately, with the state of the area, they're more needed than ever with housing issues and substance abuse. A lot of
I have no questions for them.
Spectrum Generations.
I don't really know how to interpret it exactly, but, I had some questions about the audit. Apparently, I'm not completely positive it's true, but it looked to me like there might be some red flags in the audit.
Sure, where are you looking?
Yeah. Well, it's basically in the final assessment, but, And I'm not sure if it's important stuff or not. Well, only 2 of the agencies had audits done. So maybe one of them, the auditor, the final opinion of the audit was that everything was fine. One of the 2, I guess it was enough than the other one. So, okay.
Reading is different than that.
Yeah,
So the other one has an audit.
yeah, one of the other agencies had, there's one other that had an audit also. But yeah, so it wasn't this one, so I'm sorry.
I don't have any questions for Spectrum. What life like?
No questions for Lifeline.
We're a fan of life like in town.
Being that we live at least 20 or 30 minutes away from any hospital and further from major hospitals, hope I never need it.
Yep.
I want it there if I do.
One of those things where we've been really glad in this town that we've been there, because there's a number of townspeople there.
Yeah, I think you gotta give them anything they want.
Now, wait a minute. Yes. WCAP.
We struggled with this one last year.
We did, yeah, because
I think we're gonna have the same struggle this
same
year.
struggle this year.
We didn't get a lot of questions answered last year, and I have the same questions this year, where their net assets grew almost $1.5 million.
Let's bring him in. I think absolutely.
I just want to understand.
This was the one with there was questions on the.
Question, yeah.
Yeah. There was like the salary, the payroll, I think the auditors had questions about the payroll.
I think that's a perfect one to have come in.
Yeah.
Because I think last time there were more questions that come up afterwards.
Yeah.
Like, can we bring it again? And I think, the question of the audit, I could have to take a little closer look at that and see before we do that.
Yeah, and it's mostly on the profit and loss statement, they're gaining, not a couple $100.
Right.
It's
a
almost
fair amount, yeah.
$1.5 million,
Yeah.
and now they're asking for more, so
And they're definitely the biggest agency I think we deal with too.
And it's a pretty good increase.
I think some of the payroll wasn't accounted for or something.
Yeah, I don't think like that. Those are all like, explain yourselves.
Yeah. So.
Yeah.
darn, no center on employees.
And we've got a new one this year from Walden County YMCA. I always kind of,
I think you have a friend.
yeah, just like, we funded them a little bit in the past, but.
This is the first time they've actually turned in a petition. In the past, they had just sent like a letter,
Oh, really? Okay.
and that was before the committee had made the decision
You have to do
that they
it.
have to go through the full process. So this is the first year they've actually gone through the full process.
I don't know, I just feel like, more like a villains is the day.
I don't know. Y membership's pretty expensive.
Very expensive,
I
yes.
don't know if we need to also fund it with taxpayer dollars. If you want to support, get a membership.
I guess that's and again, I have to look at it, and then you have to come in and sort of explain why they should, but that's my sense, I don't get a sense they do a whole lot
Yeah,
outside of you providing the why, which is wonderful, but you're a member.
It's great, but it's almost a little bit more of a luxury than a necessity.
Yeah.
I mean, it's great to have access.
Most of these are real kind of more charities, this is,
Right, life and death and health and heat and.
yeah.
I mean, at the end of the year, we're looking at, I'm gonna be stingy, I'm gonna be honest with you, real wages went down, everything went up, and I'm looking at, adjusted net assets at the end of the year of $6.1 million.
Yeah.
Is our $500 really gonna make that big of a difference in the services that they're gonna provide?
And their salary and benefits is over $1 million.
So that's something we can definitely discuss when we vote on this, but
I don't really need to come in, but.
I don't need them to come in.
Yeah, I've spoken in the past, but
Right.
if you think, does anyone have any questions we want to present to them? Pet food pantry did not submit. New one is the Waldo County Woodshed.
Yes, I have questions for them.
Very good, I think we have some of them, they're brand new, we didn't bring them in anyway.
Looks like they're serving a lot more towns than what's in Waldo County, and I just want to know if they're contributing.
Well, he bought a $50,000.
That was another question I was gonna ask them. All right, so
So we come with how many trucks every year?
Oh, that's a good question. Yeah, I think having them in and talk to them, find about them, I've heard good things about them, but
I also want, yeah, I've heard
I don't
great
know a
things.
lot about them, so.
I just want to make sure we're not doubling up with WCAP also doing, I think they do heating oil and stuff like that. Do they do firewood? Are we doing?
Waldo
two things
Cap,
or-
Waldo Cap, their light heat program, you can choose to get firewood.
Okay.
But honestly, in Waldo County, it's virtually impossible for somebody to get an appointment. They have like 3 people doing these applications. And most of the people I talk to can't even get in when they call, to Waldo Cap. They can't, like, if they called it, if they call.
That's a big problem when they're asking towns to give
Yeah.
more money.
Yeah, we have,
But I know we're not talking about them, but
Yeah.
that's one of my questions.
But I think, yeah, I think I different Waldo come in, but the thing in Waldo Cap though is they also give a lot of money.
They do.
And their amount they ask is completely, it's probably the most, I think it's by far the most connected to how much they're giving versus how much they're asking.
Yeah.
So they have a formula, that's why it changes so much every year,
Yeah.
is because they know exactly what they're giving. So yeah, it's impossible because people are hurting. It's, our infrastructure is not, kept up with how much people are hurting right now.
And I think the woodshed, like, we have actually a pickup location right here, and they can get a quarter of a cord. Just show up, no questions asked. If you need it, you can get it.
Much more grassroots.
And-
Yeah.
I know a lot of places that do donate them to, I know, as
But they
a
have theft issues.
Freemason, we're donating to them as well, so
Like, I
yeah.
just feel like,
They have had a theft.
are they
problem.
doing something with
I
security?
think everybody around here's had a theft problem.
Yeah, you can't fire it outside.
I'm saying.
Get a loud dog, it's my
They
favorite.
get rid of the taping.
Yeah, I would like to talk to them, especially where it's their first time. coming.
Yeah, no, I think definitely I want them to come in too. And we got hospice. Well, sounds like $1,000 a lot. Well done.
Actually, last year we asked for 500.
Oh, no, so it's
They're
like-
1,000, so they're asking for what we recommended. Knowing what they do, I personally don't have any questions.
Well, they came in last year, right?
Yeah,
They
I
were-
feel like they did
we were all
a
like, oh,
great
yeah.
job.
We're opening town wallets.
Yeah.
Maybe explain for the new ones a little bit what they
Sure.
do.
So hospice volunteers, they're volunteer hospice workers, and they go into people's homes, and they, if anyone who's lost loved one probably had some exposure to them, and they're really a wonderful group, just really good people, and when a family's in like some of the toughest spots, the people that can be there, and, and in my day job, I've worked with a lot of people who've really been helped by hospice coming in and helping them as they had to say goodbye to somebody.
Your services are free of charge.
They're free of charge, yep, and they're just some really good people there. You see that as really a good use of taxpayer funds for a little tiny bit towards that. And that's it. So we want WCAP and Waldo County Woodshed.
Yep.
Anyone else? Perfect. And when is our race?
So looking at the second sheet I gave you, I highlighted the 12th by accident. But your next meeting that you'll be attending will be the 13th. That's when we actually go line by line on the budget with the select board. And it's technically a select board meeting that the budget committees invited to, so
Yeah.
you don't have to worry about we won't have to worry about minutes or anything. It'll be run by the select board, but it's so that the department heads don't have to come into
February?
everybody. So that will be the 13th and the 14th, is what we'll be doing. It's 2 separate nights.
So it's not
Two-
Tuesday, Thursday?
What?
13th and 15th.
Yes, I'm sorry.
Okay.
And then the 27th is when we'll have the provider agencies, the 2 that you had just requested, come and speak to you. And then potentially you'll make your recommendations for the provider agencies after that meeting. Then you have a little bit of a break, and the school budget workshop should be the 13th, which will be over at the school. The 19th, David will come and present the select board's recommendations to you. The 9th, hopefully the principal and the superintendent will make April 9th will make their recommendations to you. And then April 18th, you'll be making your recommendations on the budget. And then we are done until June 13th, when we actually have the town meeting vote.
I definitely highly recommend those budget presentations, if you're, especially if you're newer, just so you can go line by line and.
If you're not gonna be here, you can, it should be on YouTube, so you can listen in or watch later.
I won't be here on February 13th either, so.
So you should be able to, the school one may not be on YouTube, but the other one should. So you can watch those, and then if you have any questions, we can always invite somebody to come into one of your meetings. If you're, wondering the fire department, why it went up so much, we can have Donnie come in or whatever.
Explain yourself.
Whatever it is that you guys are concerned about. And then the other thing you have, because John missed this meeting, he had done up I think it was his recommendation thing. He asked me to hand it out, but I think he's gonna be here at that meeting, so you have that too.
Any other business?
Make a motion, we close.
Second.
Second, moving a second. Perfect, all in favor? Get some stuff out.
All right.